Were you also just sitting there waiting for the 27th thinking nothing new would happen before that? Well, think again, because we have an update on the actual freaking release of Baldurs Gate 3. My name is John Felix and welcome to another video about Baldurs Gate 3. Subscribe to the channel for a lot more content on BG3 in the near future and check out my earlier videos on it if you haven't already. Alright, so just a little while ago at the time of recording this, news surfaced about an early access release for Baldurs Gate 3. Before we get into the details though, I would just like to say that I found this out from the redditor MBMBambino on the Baldurs Gate subreddit. If you haven't checked out the subreddit already, you really should, and go give some love to Mr. Bambino for this great find. The news has now also been made into a PC Gamer article, and here is what we know. Hasbro, the company that owns the Wizards of the Coast, who owned all Dungeons and Dragons things, made a presentation to investors at the New York Toy Fair. There they said that they have 7 D&D games in the works, 2 out of which are Baldurs Gate 3 and Dark Alliance, and that they will release 1 game every year. And the most important piece of information is of course that Baldurs Gate 3 will go into early access later this year. Which, in my opinion, should mean that the actual full release of the game should be somewhere in 2021. Now, I know what some of you are thinking. Early access? We've all seen how that goes before. You buy into a game in early access, you're excited about it, and then it just stays there forever. I don't think that's very likely to happen with Baldurs Gate 3 though. You would think that things are a bit more planned in detail, and also the game is most likely funded already, which I don't think is the case for all these smaller titles that get stuck in this early access nightmare. But to reassure you a little bit further, let's look back at Divinity Original Sin 2, a game also made by Larian Studios and a game that also was launched in early access. They launched the first act of that game in early access, and then exactly 364 days later, almost a year, they had the full release. So I'm thinking it is way more likely that they have something similar planned for Baldurs Gate 3. I saw some people say that maybe the early access release comes fairly early in the year and therefore we might still get the full release in 2020. I don't think that's very likely. One reason for that, aside from the aforementioned comparison to DOS 2, is that Hasbro said that they're going to release 1 game every year, and Dark Alliance is going to be released in 2020. So we'll have that in 2020, the early access of Baldurs Gate 3 in 2020, and then 2021 is Baldurs Gate 3, and then one of the other 5 games roll out in 2022, and so on and so forth. So yeah, early access in 2020. Whew, what do you guys feel about that? Will you jump into early access straight away, or will you wait for the full release? I know I won't be able to wait that long. I've done my 2 decades of silent watching and waiting already. Again, my name is John Felix, and if you enjoyed this and would like to see more content on Baldurs Gate 3, do subscribe to the channel and I will have you covered. Also, you can find me live on Twitch every Monday and Wednesday at 10 p.m. CET. A link to that and my Discord server can be found in the description. Thank you all for watching.
Live from back east.
Yes. No, look at the fucking dragon!